Good morning, everyone, and happy Monday after Thanksgiving. If you're like me, still trying to get in the swing of things after eating, I think, my weight in food. Um, but we're going to try and start this week off in a positive tone. So definitely appreciate everybody that's joining us today. Um, I'm going to jump right into the webinar. My name is Tony Butler. I'm one of the life sales directors here, and we're going to discuss how to close more IUL sales. And before we get started with that, just want to kind of go through some things that we here at IAMS offer. I know that if you've worked with us in the past, you're familiar with that. And if you're new, definitely want to make sure that we provide you with enough content so you know what all we offer and how you can make additional money. So here's a few ways that we can help with that. One is our new producers builder. And with that, depending on your production, as you see here, there are different levels that we have and different perks, if you will, that's available for you. We've got mailers that we can provide you. We can provide you with Ritz-Carlton package. There are other things that we can do as far as building your brand. So as you see here, there's 5 different levels. Again, that's based on production. If you have any questions in regards to our new producers builders, definitely reach out to us. Any one of our sales directors would be more than happy to provide additional information for you. We also have our IAMS Business Builders, and that is a referral program that we offer for our advisors. And simply put, if you are an advisor and you work with us and you refer another agent or advisor to us and wants to get appointed with any of the carriers that we work with, we do provide you with a $50 one-time bonus. Any subsequent business that they do write with any of those carriers, we do provide additional monies for you as well. And again, if you have questions on that, be more than happy to answer those for you. Please reach out and we can go into those in greater detail. We also offer back office support here. We want you to work smarter, not harder. And what that means is being able to provide you with the tools that's needed to help you grow your business. So whether it's getting appointed, we do offer paperless contracting. We do offer sales coaching. Um, and case designs, whether it's going to be on the annuity side or on the life side of things. So definitely want to be a partner with you to help you grow your business. So just remember, we're here all the way from submissions to commissions. We also have a 24/7 website that has excellent tools available for you. If you're a life agent and you're looking for term quotes or run term quote comparisons, our website will allow you to do that, as well as universal life quotes. You can access forms, carrier forms online, as well as getting industry information through some links that we have on our website. In the environment that we're in now, currently, as well as what was going on with COVID here a couple of years ago, more and more agents are turning toward e-applications, and we do have a couple of platforms for you for that. One of which is iGo eApp Solutions, which you can access from our website here. That is mainly for the life carriers that we have. The other platform is through Firelight. Now you have to register for Firelight, and you can do that straight through our website. And as you see here, these are the carriers that we work with for Firelight. The majority of those are on the annuity side of the house, but we do offer, I would say, over 90% of the carriers that we work with that allow electronic applications. We're seeing more and more of that being done just for efficiency purposes. We also have creative marketing solutions for our advisors. So whether it's turnkey, agency, or digital solutions, please keep us in mind. And what that entails is whether you're looking for assistance with newsletters or postcards, you're looking for a logo design, or redesign of your logo. If you're looking to get into the digital marketing space and you need help with the website or updating your website, or you need some social media consulting, we can provide that assistance for you. If this is something that definitely piques your interest, I would say reach out to your sales director and let us do a marketing analysis with you. And what that's going to do, it's about a 20-30 minute conversation where we take an in-depth look at your business, um, as far as what you're doing, what you're looking to do, and then providing you with some feedback in terms of what we see that we can do as far as growing your business. Um, We also offer the retirement analyzer. It is free for qualifying agents. What the retirement analyzer does is for our advisors, it can help you answer questions for your clients, such as can I continue my present standard of living into my retirement years? How would it affect my family if I were to enter a nursing home? This is a very comprehensive tool that can allow our advisors to see additional needs for their clients. If you need information on a retirement analyzer or need a tutorial, we can definitely help you with that as well. We also have the IAMS Wealth Management Team, and the Wealth Management Team is designed there for those advisors, I should say, that have a higher net worth client base. What we've seen with our Wealth Management Team, it has, as you see here, increased revenue for them, improved client retention, and strengthened their relationship with their clients. If this is something that also piques your interest, reach out to us. We can get you over to Charles Jr. and his team. They'd be more than happy to sit down with you and talk to you about what they can do for you. We also offer Life and Annuity Academy. I think we did the last one for 2022 here a few weeks back. It is a 2-day training. If you're familiar with IAMS, that is something that we offer for advisors. We do pay for that. So we pay for your travel, your lodging, as well as your meals. And what we do is we take an in-depth look at the marketplace, whether it be in life or annuities. We also talk about large life case marketing, business insurance concepts, as well as annuity concepts. And some of our top advisors will come in and talk with you as well. It's a great way to get in front of other advisors, kind of talk through what they're seeing that is working, what's not working. And again, this is all to help grow your business. Almost through here. Lastly, we'll talk about our IAMS Marketing Summit here. This is our Athene annuity trip. Qualification periods, as you see here, is from January 1st of 2022 all the way to December 31st of 2022. The trip dates are in August of next year. If you had questions in terms of where you're at in terms of qualifications, we can provide you with that information. We've got several advisors that have already qualified for the trip. This is a nice package and a nice reward for our advisors for all the hard work that they've done. And then we also have our Seaside Sanctuary double trip credits are effective from 10/1 of this year all the way to 11/30 of this year. And actually that's coming up here in a couple of days. As you see here, qualification period, trip dates, top 20 trip extensions. If you have questions in regards to qualifications on this, where you stand, definitely give us a call and we'd be more than happy to provide more information for you. Again, we have some agents that have already qualified for this as well. And with that, let's see if you're there.
I am. I am.
All right, I am going to change the presenter over to you. There you go.
All right. Well, Tony, thanks for the introduction. A lot of cool things going on in IAMS, like always. So super excited to see that. IAMS is one of our top strategic partnerships. that we have. Always really excited to connect with you guys and see all the cool stuff that you guys are doing and helping so many agents out in the process. So thank you, Tony, for having me. And thank you, everybody who is on the call today. A Monday morning after Thanksgiving is super impressive to jump on a call like a webinar like this for an hour. So I give you guys all kudos to the focus on developing your business going into 2023. Now, this is very action packed. There's a lot of information we're going to go over. We offer multiple products here at Juicebox, depending on where the agent's at and what they're looking to accomplish, all focused around IULs and annuity production. So what we're going to show you today is Agent Shift Plus, and we're going to go dive in deep into this. Now, a lot of you are probably wondering who's Juicebox, where they come from, how long have they been in business, how many agents have they served. We've been in business for about 11 years, worked with about 823 plus agents, currently working with about 425 active agents, all helping them get results, work in all the different states, up to about 5 million in ad spend. I just hired a couple more dedicated employees to the team to help you. So we're up to about 45 actually dedicated people that are there to help you get results. Because if you're not getting results, why are we even in business? We got to get that ROI going. So why are most life agents get stuck? Now they're really looking at the bottleneck the wrong way, and they're really finding out what the problem is, and they're thinking that it's marketing when really it's another lesson that we've learned over the years that we've been in business is it's more around the sales process. Because if it doesn't matter how good the lead is, if we don't have a repeatable, a scalable model that repeatedly converts cold people off the street, get them walking through a sales process, that they're in a pursuit of a problem that they're mutually aware of and have an intense desire to solve, then we're just pouring gold into a leaky bucket. So it's more about getting that redefined sales process. Then we add on the pre-educated, pre-qualified leads on top. Now, one thing that our core value here at Juicebox is results, period. If you ever do any research, look at our Google reviews, Better Business Bureau, YouTube, anything like that, all you'll see is testimonials everywhere because I know all that matters is results, period. You put in the work, we'll show you exactly how to do that. Like results like 468,000. Mark Katona here, a life insurance agent with IAMS here, been with us for a year. This is just what he documented and shared with us. Did 468. I guarantee he did a lot more than that. Very experienced agent, 30 plus years. But this is kind of cool. The one thing I wanted to kind of show you guys is the demand in the market right now for these products. Because what Mark kind of shared since August 23rd, and this has gone up a little bit since I created this slide deck, is it did 242K in commissions just from since August 23rd. And as you guys know, the volatility of the market right now with the stocks and bonds and how people, how individuals and how clients are really setting themselves up for retirement are a lot of 401ks that they're losing a lot of their nest eggs on. So they're looking for these products. They're looking for to invest. They're looking for safe money ways. And we're going to talk about that today and how we leverage that. So it's really cool. Right now, I always kind of articulate to, like I train all our agents, is right now it's like the gold mining years, and you guys are selling shovels, which is a great place to be and sets you up for success. Now, there's tons, honestly, go to our YouTube video. Don't listen to me about all the testimonials or anything like that. Like Scott B here, one of our 7-figure earners, he's actually up there twice, changed my life with this IUL program. We have Mike here, he's an agency owner, does 150K a year selling IUL part-time because he's growing his agency, and 25K, and the list goes on and on and on. So feel free to type in that URL there, go listen to our YouTube channel, listen to them, don't listen to me. We got tons more that come up with that. Same with the clients winning channel. If you go to our website, you'll see a bunch of these. And the reason why I always pop this up, and there's recent ones from like last week on Friday, is you can see that these are happening October 26th, because a lot of marketing agencies will be like, yeah, look, I have like 10 testimonials, go listen to them. They don't have recent ones, or they don't consistently get uh, uh, testimonials or agents raving about them. Every one agent we take on, we get about 3 to 4 referrals, which is awesome. Like Seth here talking about 338K in annuities. So full disclosure, I know this is an IUL training in 2 weeks, but a lot of our agents write a lot of annuities as well, just because the strategy we lead with. So just be prepared for that when we start talking about that. But this is really cool to see. But let's dive into the 3 problems to solve with agentship. And the biggest one that we see again and again is trust and leverage. Archimedes says, give me a lever long enough and I can move the world. And it's so powerful. And at Juicebox, that's exactly what we do. We're leverage. You got to put in the work and put in the effort and bring your experience to the table. And that's why we get these results. Well, let's dive into the trust and leverage problem number 1. And what this kind of looks like is usually an agent, they get a generic fact finder, they go submit that in, they get an illustration. And the only problem with this tactic is nobody buys on was it logic? They buy emotions, they buy solutions to problems. Because what happens when you start doing this and you present from that illustration, they're like, oh, that's awesome, that looks really cool, I'm gonna get that going in let's say a month or 2. Or they're like, no show you for the next meeting, get in the application. Or they're like, oh, can you send me that information, that'd be really cool. Now, how many of you on that call have been in this exact scenario where you're like, why don't they understand the severity? Why don't they understand the problem? Why don't they understand that we need to start planning and planting a tree in a different pot so that we can have a greater retirement for this individual? Now, a lot of you probably are seeing this. Now, we either see this broken path or we see this one is low leverage. They're driving around everywhere, wasting gas. And of course, gas has gone way up. So it's not a good use of our time. Seminars, a lot of people coming for lunches, follow-ups. You're continually following up and trying to get them through a process. What I'm going to show you today really shortens that up, because sometimes it takes a month, 2 months, 3 months, even longer to write an annuity sometimes, or an IUL, because you're working on this. I'm going to show you a sales process that shortens that gap. I'm going to tell you about those stories to really build trust dramatically, really quickly, and really understand somebody's full portfolio. Data intake, in-person meetings, more calls. So this is usually what we see is like, are they being efficient with their time? And that's what we need to solve to help them scale, because scaling is all about having a repeatable process that you get the most out of your time, as we all know. So this is kind of the closing path that we kind of look at. And now all 425 plus agents all sell virtually. So it's having that proper qualification call. Now we have scripts that go with that. And then it's actually presenting a problem, getting a Zoom meeting where you jump on with them and you show them exactly what that problem is. And we're going to dive a little deeper in that. And then presenting a solution to that problem. I know it looks pretty easy, but when we kind of do it high level, when we create that mirror moment for them, where they kind of have to look inwards and realize, whoa, I'm not in a great spot where I thought I was going to end up. And this is probably the biggest lever and leverage we give to agents, is have given them the tools and the resource to help show agents or show prospects exactly what is happening with their portfolio. So this right here, this little green little box with all the tables there, it's called a retirement forecaster. Now, what the retirement forecaster does is you put in their age, when they want to retire, their monthly expenses, their social security, their 401ks, qualified, non-qualified assets, and this will spit out exactly where they'll end up after taxes when they want to retire. Now, I always believe in an objectionless close. And what this does is you can show them that number and show them what their ideal living expenses are. And you can see the difference between them and be like, hey, like, are you happy with that being what you're going to get after taxes when you want to retire? And they're obviously, most of the times they're like, wow, I didn't even know I was going to get. That's how low I was going to get. Like, how do I start accumulating to change that dramatically there, Stephen? And that's where the agent will say, like, yeah, and I have tons of different solutions and different plans. I'm going to take, if that's what we're trying to solve for, we'll solve that on the next call where it goes into a professional presentation slide deck that breaks down limiting beliefs around life insurance, installs empowering ones, and it basically shows them, hey, this is the status quo. This is what we're looking to rescue and change and put you in a much better spot. It will also show how do we lower your taxes as well, which is awesome. So it does everything for you in visuals and tells a story. So the retirement forecaster sells them on the logic, gets them in pursuit of a problem. And the presentation is where we sell on emotion. Now, what's really great about the retirement forecaster is so many times this happens, you'll see it come up in the slides, is you're bringing so much value to this individual because nobody else does this. We have so many testimonials where it's like, wow, this agent actually walked me through this process rather than just telling me, because a lot of people are visual learners. So we need to have those tools and the resources to actually show them that mirror moment. And here's Jim and Mike. They got a thank you note for 664,306 check thank you note, which is awesome. And what happens when you have a repeatable sales process and you have this retirement forecaster, because a lot of individuals are okay with giving you 100, giving you 200, giving you 250 to see what you would come up with as an illustration to see what it looks like. Now, what happens when you start going into the retirement forecast on a Zoom meeting, they start telling you more information. They start realizing, hey, you're just not a self-interested salesperson. You actually care. You want to see the whole portfolio, and that dramatically increases trust and professionalism. So then you start getting the 1,500 a month, the 2K a month, and the bigger cases. You start 5x and 4x in your average case size. Which, just ask yourself, what would that dramatically do to your business if you could just do that alone? It would make a dramatic difference. So that is really cool. So that's always one, is transitioning from selling life insurance as life insurance and really understanding what they're trying to accomplish using these tools that we have here. Now, the biggest thing we always focus on, now we have a couple different programs, but it's a profitable marketing strategy. Now, we don't believe everybody should just go straight into paid advertising. There's a system, there's a process that needs to go with it. So profitable marketing strategy. And what this kind of looks like, we kind of generically put this under, and it's years of experience goes into it. But if you're consistently making under 10K, we kind of take a different approach. We need to create that cash flow. We need to have that cash flow getting us so that we can invest more into our business, start getting to that higher level of income. So we look at a different approach right away. So when we go to that organic strategy, we look at the 4 ways to generate new business. And the 4 ways to generate new business is reach out to people you know, post to audience that you know, reach out to people you don't already know, and paid advertising. So the best thing is let's look at the low-hanging fruit. Let's convert those. Let's help those individuals, because I talk to a lot of agents that say, hey, my warm market is tapped out. And I always think that's interesting. I always challenge it a little bit, because it's like, hey, first off, do you believe in these products? Do you believe that IULs and annuities actually dramatically help people and put them in a much better position for life insurance? And they'll be like, yes, of course, or else I wouldn't be selling these products if I didn't believe in them. Be like, okay, cool. Now, do you think all your family and friends already have protection or already have one of these in place to set them up, every single one of them? And they mostly say no. Even if they said yes, be like, okay, do you think that it might be worth like reviewing that plan with them to see if it's relevant, or if we need to look at an alternative solution for them? And they're like, yeah, I guess so. So either or is always kind of going to that warm market, get that low hanging fruit, getting that experience up. And a lot of people have trouble like reaching out to these individuals, or reaching out because they don't want to come off salesy. They don't want to come off self-interested. They want to, or they don't want to burn through that. So we're going to leverage the 3 lead types to get 100 leads. So that's looking at your existing book, leads that didn't convert. So these are the old leads that you've purchased. Family and friends is warm market, associations, second degrees, connections. And then we're also going to show you the networking and social media as well. So now it's nice to have all these way of different lead types to generate your first 100 leads. But what we want to do is actually give you the right scripts to activate these leads. Now, it's the right leads with the right scripts, with the right retirement forecaster, given what they're looking for, with the right presentation. And what this does is it equals new clients. Now, we give this to our organic clients, and we also give this to our paid, because a lot of our paid who are already experienced will go through this program. They'll use these organic strategies while doing the paid as well. And that's what really breaks through to get them to that high 6 figures, 7 figures that they're looking to accomplish. So they use both. Like Scott Borhauer will come up here, one of our top agents. So how to make 100K in commissions with our proven networking playbook. So Ian here, he's actually with IAMS as well. I try to find as many IAMS agents as possible. Actually, I probably could find a lot more, but here's Ian. He just used those organic strategies to 36,920 in commissions, which is awesome. Scott B here did 50K. Now, Scott had a mortgage protection book of business. It was massive. So, well, not massive, but enough that he took these scripts before he even launched his campaign. And reactivate that list, did 50,000, which is already makes him wildly profitable in our program. Same with James here, which is nice. Now, if we're above that 10K, which some of you guys probably are, we're looking at, we have more money than time. So we're looking to start scaling with the organic and paid. Now, what does that look like? It kind of goes into these 4 pillars: is the audience, attraction, action, and acquisition. Now, a little bit, what we kind of do is, just to get into the exclusive territories that come into play, is we look at a market statewide, look at the population density, don't oversaturate a market over 50%. That means there's only a certain amount of agents we can take on per state, till we have to look at an alternative state or get put on a wait list. And the reason why we do this is like a lot of marketing agencies will oversaturate a market and the quality will dramatically drop. And I kind of view business a little bit different. Like Marketona above, has been with us for like almost 2 years now. We have a lot of agents that's been with us for 2 to 5 years and more, is because we honored this system. And what that kind of looks like is this map right here. Now, this is going to change. Some people retire, some people get sick. So when you book a call with us, they're going to vet you, obviously, to figure out what is best for you, what you're trying to accomplish. And then on that demo call with a consultant, they're going to pop this up and look at the map and guide you through that. So marketplaces are closed, are the red. Tan means about 1 or 2 more agents, and orange means about 3 or more. So that's kind of going into that. The consultant will go over that. But how do we actually start doing this? Now, it drives me crazy how many times I talk to an agent, they're like, wow, you actually show us how these prospects are coming in, when a lot of marketing agencies won't. I'm like, well, then how do you know how to position that first call? Or how do you know what they're seeing before it? So we show you underneath the hood here at Juicebox, just so you guys can see that. So right away, we get an ad that goes and runs out. And the whole purpose of this ad is to pique curiosity. That's solely what it's for. So this is just a variation of it. Talking about an intelligent investor, talking about 100K, talking about tax-free, talking about a financial vehicle that smart wealthy families have used to build tax-free wealth generations after generations. And the curiosity hook is why the wealthy don't have 401ks. Now, what drives me absolutely nuts is when marketing agencies like, hey, fill out this form and get a free Subway gift card or some kind of gift card or giveaway that they're going to leave. Because then you guys call them and they're like, oh, I didn't fill that out. What do you mean? Somebody who's going through this is coming to talk about tax-free. That's what they're, and why their 401k isn't the way to get wealthy. It's very direct. So, but again, this whole purpose of this ad is to pique curiosity. So they click on this ad, and then rather than sending them to a generic fill out a form, we want to get them educated on the solutions, get them in pursuit of a solution, and create a problem around what's going on. So that goes into the education. Now, the first thing is usually about 80 to 90% of these prospects already have a financial advisor. So that's an objection. That's a hurdle we have to get over for them to start even taking us serious and listening to us. So reason 1, reason 2. Then we go into the tax deferred 401k, IRA. Then we're really talking about, hey, do you think taxes are going to go down or up in the future? Do you know you're going to have to pay Uncle Sam eventually? It's not really liquid. So talking about that solution. So they start realizing, wow, I'm not in the greatest position. I didn't know these things. So how do I start solving them? And now one thing I believe in, I believe one product can't solve everybody's solution. So we lead with a strategy, and the strategy is that tax-free retirement account. So it's an umbrella. That's why IULs come into effect, or annuities. And for some of our agents, and the reason why we do a strategy is because that's how we get past compliance too, because we're not talking about products. So probably about 100 out of the 425 agents that we have are security licensed, so they get a lot of AUM business as well through that. But the main goal is when they're coming in is for that protection, make sure they're not paying unnecessary taxes, and most of all, making sure they don't outlive their income. So when they start reading some of this information, skepticism kicks in, right? They're like, wow, this sounds way too good to be true. And this has been around for a century, this strategy. Here's some of the presidents that have used it to build their wealth. Now it's not if the solution works or not, it's if you qualify to have this solution. And this is where they're applying to work with you. This is where they fill out that investor profile, is what we like to call it here at Juicebox. And on that investor profile, we get information like contact information, investment, source of income, retirement goals, health rating, zip code. Another question that we asked that's not on here is, what's their preferred method of communication? Is it text? Is it email? Is it phone call? Because psychologically, that prospect is selecting one of those preferred methods to set up that consultation, that qualification call that we were talking about earlier. It puts the ball in their court, and you know how they like to be communicated with. Now, after they hit submit there, what we need to do is get them introduced to you. So there's two, then this page comes up after they hit send. Now there's two purposes of this page. There's number one, to build familiarity with you. So they see a picture of you, they see your name, see your business. So then when the automated text and email goes out 5 minutes after they match with you, they know exactly who they're associating with. And number two is future pacing. We'll be touching base with you to complete your program qualification, answer any remaining questions you may have. So that's how we generate the lead. And now we're going to go into the sales process. Where does the agent, how do they come in? So that was just generating the lead. Let's go into phase two, which is a customer relationship management software, a CRM component. And what this kind of looks like, they get put into your database. So leads come in, follow-up calls, contact made, so you get in contact with them. Quoting and presenting is like that Zoom meeting where you visually kind of walk them through their retirement. Closing means submitted applications in underwriting. Now, what's really important on Agent Shift Plus is to always keep this up to date for two reasons. One, you get accountability rep that works with you, because it's always really good to have somebody who's going to hold you accountable. Make sure you're doing that quantitative output that we need to hit a threshold, because we have a guaranteed results over here at Juicebox. So we got to make sure you're doing that extra work to get that result. And then number two is we also on the sales coaching calls, we'll bring you up and be like, hey, I got Quincy Brown. He's at the goalpost. This is the message I got. How would you overcome this objection and help position this in a way that it closes? You can come to those calls with that case. So always keep it up to date from a qualification standpoint as well. So you got two ways that we're going to make sure we're working your pipeline with you. And this is what it looks like after the, like, Adam Gill is one of our clients. Lynn T just filled that investor profile out. And this is the automated text that gets sent out 5 minutes after. Is, hey, Len, I was just notified about your pre-qualifications for TF Array. Congrats, I'm your personal representative, Adam Gill. What time of day is best to chat further? Morning, midday, afternoon, or evening? And there's just Lynn T responding back, anytime in the morning or during the day. Now, a lot of agents ask me, like, hey, why are you asking them which time of day they would like to chat further? Why wouldn't you just pre-book and get them to book right onto my calendar? And reason one is being in control of your calendar is number one, as most agents like that. And number two is the effectiveness. It's the result. And we just know, we've tested and measured this strategy, having those pre-booked appointments is those show up rates dramatically go down and conversions compared to this relationship building strategy that's right here. Asking them, getting that agent to start communicating, because it starts building trust when they're like, hey, I can actually talk to this professional on the other end. We're texting back and forth. And that's why we do it this way. You can hit that SMS, that email side of things. Now on the left side is Lynn T's investor profile. So what are the benefits of the TFRA? Is she most interested in? Guaranteed interest rates, tax-free retirement, no tax on liability and gross, zero risk or exposure to market downturns, capital. What is she currently invested in? 401k, IRA, holding cash, active trading, self-directors broker's account, real estate. What's her primary source of income? Employed, self-employed, business owner, retiree as well. And the whole purpose of this investor profile is to understand and set you up for that initial consultation. It's a guideline. It's for you to have a good understanding kind of where they're at, who I'm talking to, how do I position it. So when you're on a call with Lynn T here, you're like, hey Lynn, I see you're employed. Like, what do you do for work? It's a guideline, and they'll tell you, be like, okay, and I see you're investing in your 401k. Is that through your company? Is it a dollar for dollar? What does that kind of look like from a contribution standpoint? So it's to guide that conversation. Now, what's really cool is when you operate all in the CRM, we have Jim Lagat's here. He's the oldest, we call him juicers here at Juicebox. And he's about 77, I believe. He might be 78 now, but he books 70% of all his appointments through text. So it's leveraging that text component that goes with it, and did 38,746. Now, when we add the paid with the organic, we have Ian here. He did 62,980 in commissions, which is awesome. So it's adding the two with it, with a systematic sales process, like I said before, for any kind of marketing, running through it to get that. Now there's accountability and support. And honestly, if you go to our Google reviews, I can tell you some of them have made widely a lot of money, but they talk about how good that is. Because how many times have you been in a marketing program, you paid, and next thing you know, can't get a hold of anybody or talk to anybody, and you're all on your own, and you're like, what just happened? And that happens a lot, and we just don't believe that. So we used to have 2 sales coach or 2 calls a week. We're up to 5 now. The sales coaching call is with myself and also another agent that is on the program. He's done about 600 million in annuity production, so widely knowledgeable around the game. The forecaster call, that's more how do you utilize the retirement forecaster, what buttons to click. The case planning call is with Jim Fisher himself. He's going to talk about, hey, like, how do you take that retirement forecaster after you enter it in? What's the highlights you need to point out when you're on a call with that prospect? And how do you position the presentation in a way that's congruent so you get that objection and list closed? He's going to talk all about that with you on that case planning call. Tech coaching call, what it sounds like, tech, anything CRM related or Zoom, they'll help you out with that. And peer-to-peer coaching, we actually just introduced this one because it's always nice to jump on and talk to other agents that are a little bit further along than you, and you can just bounce ideas and they can tell you exactly how they got there, which is cool. So we got that. We got the client success team and ongoing support. So this is a support portal. You can also email into support and they'll get to you pretty quickly as well. Now, one thing I've always noticed, and one thing I love, is they say if you want to get somewhere fast, run alone. If you want to get somewhere further or way, I'm really bombing this analogy, but if you really want to go far, you go together. And that's what we see here. So we created our own agent mastermind community where all the agents go in there, they can ask their questions, they can communicate. There's different prizes we do. It's very lively and active. And you can also get some help out of it. So we have like Michael here talking about just the quality of the lead that's coming in, investing about like this prospect, wife is 65, wants to retire in 2 years, talking about investable amount, it's about 6.5 million, which is really nice. He's asking Jim to help plan this case. Now, Michael's been in the industry for, I'm pretty sure it was like 32 years, 33, 30 plus years. We'll just go with that. And he's asking Jim to help him plan this. And he closed that. He did 2 million AUM business and about 3 million FIA is what came out of this one, which is awesome. Now, this is probably my biggest highlight. like Holly here is talking. Now the thing is with Holly's testimonial here, it has nothing to do. She made 100,000 her first month. It has nothing to do with that. And with Holly, with the sales process, just so you guys are aware, and why this shortens up, like just so like Holly didn't have a proven track record of a sales process that she could repeatable. So her annuities usually took like 2 months, 3 months to come through. And recently she just had a call. I remember, I think it was a month ago, where she had a qualification call on Thursday, did the retirement forecaster on Saturday, and then Monday submitted an application for an FIA annuity for 320,000. Because of that sales process dramatically increases that trust and speeds up the process. One thing I really love about what she says here, what I'm impressed the most with, is their prompt responses, willingness and excitement to answer my questions regarding the process and presentation to clients, case planning needs, and suggestions. I love hearing that. Same with Kevin here. He talks about, you can really tell that they truly care about all the agents they work with and want to see them succeed. Kevin's crushed it. I don't know what his production, but he keeps posting on the client's winning channel. There's quite a lot. Same with Steven here. He's been in the industry for over a decade, has tried multiple things, has never seen anything like this before. What's really cool is how many marketing agencies or marketing companies have these testimonials where it's not even about the results, it's about the support and guidance that they get from that marketing company. Pretty much zero. So it's really cool to kind of see these. So this is really designed, this Agent Shift Plus is really designed somebody to break through that 50K, get above there and beyond, and really start scaling, which is important as well. So accountability and support. What happens when we mix this? Ian actually did 130, found that out the other day. So I was like, oh, well, our numbers are off, but that's cool. So this is kind of what he just reported. He didn't report the other one. So he did 130, but just looking at this, so we'll just go off this. He did 100,000 basically in 3 months, which is really nice. 15 cases closing, 7 pending. So he closed some of those 7. We have Scott here in 1 month, did 87,769, which is awesome. And we have Scott. Now Scotty has been in the insurance industry for 2 years. And I remember when he joined our program, he was expected to make 5 to 10K to 25K, and he's on a good pace and runway. And here's Mark again from last year, like I was talking, but it's all about results. And our results are guaranteed, but we always wave the flag. Hey, this might sound too good to be true. Why do people fail? And it's really lack of focus. Like if you're doing 100 different marketing programs, you can't dedicate 15 to 25 hours to this a week, probably shouldn't do this program. And you'll get vetted through it to make sure that we can dedicate the focus, learn the sales process, learn the retirement forecaster, learn the presentation and how to present in a congruent way, the experience, closing ability, accountability, and coachability that plays. If you're all these, we can guarantee your results. So hopefully you guys can see the power of what I'm sharing today with you with all these, because hey, could you go out and do this yourself? Absolutely. You can hire an insurance sales coach, 2,500. That's pretty low, but that's what we'll categorize it as. Media buyer. So this is talking about buying ad placements on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, whatever it is. Media buyer. Then we got the ads that have to go with it, and the tech specialist software. So we're looking at like 109,800 with no guarantees. Really, what this is designed is for an agent who doesn't want to do anything with marketing, just wants to be client facing in helping more people with their retirement. And that's where we step in. Again, we're that leverage that I talked about. And it goes into the scripts, the sales tool, the forecaster, the presentation templates, the step-by-step training on how to utilize this. It's that coaching calls, those 5 weekly. It's the CRM component that helps you through there, and the client success team that is there to cheer you on and be there. Make sure you're doing the qualitative and the quantitative aspects to close business. You got that agent mastermind, that paid marketing strategy on top of the organic. And then this is what we generate between a 75 to 150 plus leads in 3 months. And it's kind of the roadmap it would look like to work with us. You book a welcome call with the team. They get the right information. They start building out all your assets. You start going through the training while they're building all that out. Review call, they show you everything they've built. The pre-launch call, they make sure that you know how to utilize everything in the CRM. The launch date is on average about 12 days. Quickest I've ever seen it's done is 8. Longest I'll go is 30 days, or else somebody will take that territory. And then there's progress review calls with that client success rep to make sure we're hitting our numbers. And then after that 90 days, it just goes month to month. Now, everything we do, there's a guarantee on every program because we back our word up. So it's a joint accountability. So you got to obviously complete the training, follow our proven sales process, use the CRM to track the sales activities, use the CRM to make the calls, use the CRM to text message prospect, and be committed and coachable. And we guarantee you results as well. And that's why there's the vetting process that goes with it. You can't buy on this call, so don't start asking, hey, how do I get this? How do I get going? You cannot do that. I love this visual. It's always funny. So what you can kind of do is don't take my word for it. I always believe it's kind of good to do your due diligence, go watch some videos, listen to what these clients are saying, because we like to let our clients speak for us. So if we can drop in the chat, or somebody can, just write this down, www.youtube.com/@juicebox. You'll see a bunch of testimonials talking about Juicebox. It'll tell you what to expect. It'll show you a bunch of behind the scenes. It'll show you a lot of stuff. So go check that out. Then after that, there's a lot of ways to book a call, and you book a call with one of my sales advisors to kind of really understand your business, understand your background, and kind of position you and figure out exactly, hey, can we guarantee them results? What are their goals? What are they trying to get to? And if it makes sense, they'll schedule a call with one of my consultants where they'll kind of visually walk you through a Zoom meeting like this, and then we'll get you set up making more commissions on that front. So that is everything I have for you guys today. I'm going to pass this over to Tony. I hope this was super valuable for you guys. I hope you got a lot of information and you take action. One thing I want to kind of leave you guys with is don't wait till the New Year's to hit go. And what that kind of means is a lot of people are, especially during December, just shut off completely, and they start January and they start, okay, now I need to get going. And it takes about like a month to get some foot traction, or 2 weeks, and you're pretty much going into February at that point. So do the necessary work, start really understanding, hey, can I start building momentum into the New Year's in December so that I'm set up for success. That's what I'll leave you guys with. Thank you guys for sticking around for the whole presentation. And I hope you guys have an amazing Monday.
All right, looks like we've got some questions here, Steve. So hang on a second here. All right, so first question is, do you have any demo of this tool or how the leads will be distributed?
Yep, just book that call with a sales advisor, and the consultant will show you more in depth and kind of what that looks like.
Okay.
I don't have enough time to go into all the nitty gritty today, guys, so I apologize.
All right, I'm checking to see if there's any other questions here. Okay. I'm not seeing any questions immediately. Oh, hang on. Okay. All right. We got to thank you there for that. And while we wait to see if there's any additional questions, I've got a few polling questions for the attendees here real quick. First polling question is, would you like more information in regards to Life and Annuity Academy that I spoke about earlier? I'm going to launch this question, and then I have some questions specific to the content that we had here. So I'm going to leave this up for a few seconds while everybody has an opportunity to respond. Okay. A few more seconds here. All right, I will close that out. Okay. Do you currently sell IULs? I'm going to launch that. If you do, we definitely need to have a conversation. So please respond to this question, and we'll make sure to get someone to contact you and kind of discuss your business and what you're looking to do for the remainder of this year, as well as in the start of 2023. Okay, I'll close that one out. And then if you're interested in signing up for Juicebox, I have a polling question here. If you could respond to that. Got a few people that are interested, Steve, so that's always a good thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Perfect.
all right. Leave this up just a little bit longer. All right, we'll close that out. And I don't see any additional questions, but after the webinar, if you decide that you do have a question, or a lot of times it's after the webinar, someone will say, oh, should have asked this, or I wonder about that. Feel free to reach out to us. As you see here, as far as life sales directors are concerned, myself, Greg Ling, who's currently on paternity leave right now. He and his wife just had a baby boy. So he will be out this week, but Trina Murray, as well as Beth Rickliffs is in the office, and our number here is 800-255-5055, and you can ask to speak to anyone in life sales, or specifically one of us. We'd be more than happy to answer any questions that you have. And then lastly, for this content as well as other content, please follow us and like us on Facebook and LinkedIn. We try to stay consistent with providing all of our advisors and prospective advisors information, materials, sales ideas, and strategies to help them grow their business. So it's not always about product, but there's product information there, but we like to focus on providing you with those sales ideas and strategies to help you grow your business. And with that, Steve, you have any final words?
Yeah. Final words of wisdom. Crush it. Like I said before, is start taking action now to set yourself up for 2023. Right now is an amazing time to be a life insurance agent. Honestly, if I wasn't one of the Canadian partners, I'd be licensed. Jim is licensed, and taking advantage and really helping these individuals with their portfolios, because people need this. So don't wait till the new year. Set yourself up. Start helping families out, and that's what I'll leave it with.
Okay, and as you were talking, a question just popped up. Since we have a few more minutes, so I'm going to throw this one at you. If a territory is closed, if we are licensed in other states, are we able to access those states?
100%. So what will naturally happen if you get through the sales advisor and they can see a problem and they can fix it, is you're going to book a call with a consultant who's been with us for a long time. One of the consultants, there's three of them, and they're going to go into pop up the territory if the aligns and makes sense. And a lot of agents don't actually sell in their same states. They'll sell in a different state just because different demographics that come with it. So definitely have the ability to do that. Yeah.
Great. Well, I want to thank everyone for jumping on the call. Looks like we had quite a few advisors that attended, which is always good, especially after 4-day weekend, Thanksgiving. So again, thank you, Steve, for being on the call. And for all those that attended, thank you as well. Hope that everyone has a profitable 2022 as we close out the year, but also start the year strong in 2023. So again, thank
Mhm.
you everybody, and everyone have a great day.
Cheers.